But we see here where it sets him up to do the things he has said, to investigate people and send them to jail, said one ex official. Wait a minute. It's all right for you to do it to him, right? Off of your schematical garbage. It's all right for Biden to trump up a war using Ukraine to trump up a nuclear war against Russia by talking about joining 34 criminal organizational nations and human rights and all kinds of shit they got on their shit, crimes against humanity, to jump up a war and send billions and billions of our dollars to them, and then you're not to be investigated for what really took place, that, you know what I'm saying, have been involved in the influence of that in itself. And then when we look at Netanyahu with the slaughtering the Palestinian people, like you slaughtered the original African people of that land in itself, all of y'all, you know what I'm saying, and you over there slaughtering the people, and now you sitting up there sending billions and billions of dollars to him also, you know what I'm saying, plus you're paying billions and billions of dollars because the Iraq war and Syria war and this war and every other war, but you don't have money to fix the schools. You don't have money to protect the children in schools from your so-called chopped up shooters, you know what I'm saying, and many other bullshit, you know what I'm saying, across the land. And, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to inflation and taxes and all types of shit, that inflation and taxes and bullshit is how you got it to be there in the first place, because inflation couldn't come without you creating some kind of money exchange paperwork, because, you know what I'm saying, people don't have gold to redeem or to cash in their cash for the gold or whatever the case may be. So you up there juggling papers and all type of bullshit and sending billions of dollars, but you can't help the American people. You can't even look out for the veterans and shit like that. The homeless veterans are still on the streets, and many other home people sleeping in their cars and shit due to the high cost of living and rent and all type of shit. But you got billions and billions and billions of dollars to send overseas. You can't even give me. I'm still waiting for Section 8 up to this day. But you got billions and billions and billions and jillions of dollars to send to Ukraine and Netanyahu, and both of them is criminals. And it's all three of them. Joe Biden, broke back bitch ass, Zelensky, fucking bump head, fucking Lord, not Madame Blavatsky, devil worship by medical motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that jackass, lying ass jackass, I'm talking about some Israelite over there in Africa, invaded the land in all ways, you know what I'm saying, and multiplied the land and wrote that shit into a book and think that somebody was gonna believe your garbage ass all the days of their life. You full of shit then, just like you full of shit now. That Bible you wrote ain't moving nobody in no place. It don't matter what is the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, or any of your Bibles ain't moving them up, because we know for what all the other lying in all ways. You know what I'm saying? So get out of our face. And you ain't talking about you fear that he'll be able to use the government. Well, what did Joe Biden do against the American people when he quarantined the shit out of them? You know what I'm saying? And continuously using mandates as a sword, you know what I'm saying, or a bullwhip, like you did black people, to whip them, to keep them moving and do what you tell them to do, especially when you told them, come on, man, during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Some former Justice Department, you know what I'm saying, officials who serve, you retired, sit your mother scum down. You should have no room to be sitting up there if you're not serving anymore. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some former. If you're former, take your former ass and keep it moving with your Luciferian biomedical bullshitical ass as well. You know what I'm saying? Trying to act like you in government, but every single body in government seems to be, even actors and rappers and everybody seems to be always consistently showing that the devil is ruling and everybody else is losing. You sick son of a bitches. You know what I'm saying? But we see where he talking during, they were working for him during the time, you know what I'm saying, of his first term, feared that the Supreme Court recent immunity ruling would make it easier for him to use the department against his enemies. What enemies? If you had done the right thing, why would you have been an enemy in the first place? Because this ain't about enemies, about running the government. This ain't about enemies, this is about serving the people. So what enemies is you talking about, first of all? You know what I'm saying? And then went on to say, if he is elected president, other ex-officials displayed the impact of ruling or endorsed it. I'm loving the fact that he's going up in there to dig up in your monkey ass. You know what I'm saying? Your monkey ass. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, we see where they said it would give Trump cover to it give Trump cover to inappropriately uh, pressure, I guess inappropriately in purportedly pressure the Justice Department for his political benefit to prosecute. No, you're trying to make it out to seem that cleaning out the government and cleaning your devil worship ass out of our government. You know what I'm saying? And the bullshit that you're doing in Hollywood with these rappers and even Disney World and even on TV and in every form of entertainment you have influence dug into, and now you sitting up there trying to tell us, you know what I'm saying, that you haven't done corruptive shit across this planet for 40, 50, 60 years, going all the way back to Albert Pike, you know what I'm saying, James Polk, and all these different Luciferian motherfuckers, the Raw Times, and all these motherfuckers, the bullshit that y'all did. You probably did it to many of the white people in the Old West as well, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So now you sitting out here trying to say that you are enemy. What enemy? You're supposed to be a lawmaker and an official government that was working for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And the people that you're calling enemies are enemies of the United States, not Trump. You know what I'm saying? Trump don't have no enemies. Who have the real enemies of who he's talking about in this whole bullshit that he just said talking about, you know what I'm saying? He'd be able to put Trump to pressure the Justice Department, you know what I'm saying, for his own political benefit. You have been doing that to the American people even right now. When you look at what's going on in the Gaza Strip with a fake ass group of people that was put there after the German war or during the German war, and you push them in there talking about Biden talking about we have to create a homeland, you know what I'm saying, and saying that you've been there, you never been there. Because for you to create a homeland, that means you were never there. Jackass. Anybody could clearly see that. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing when you wrote in your shitty book, or which you probably wish you never said that. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, you said you came into Egypt. So if you say you came into Egypt, and then later on you say over here saying that you have to create a homeland for your Zionist, Jewish, Israelite, or whatever you want to call it, steal the name group, you know what I'm saying? How was you there and how did you build the pyramids? Is the question that I'm still asking. You know what I'm saying? So you are lying, son of a bitch. There is no enemies here. The only thing you have done is corruptive garbage, and now that you are being, and now that you are about to be spanked, or let's say, per se, you know, put on persecuted and be held accountable for your crimes over 47, 50, 60, 70, 80 years of straight war, killing, murdering, massacre, bloodshed, carnage, every fucking thing, sex trafficking, pedophilia, child sacrifice, all types of garbage shit is being checked and you're being challenged on it. You want to say all of a sudden that, you know what I'm saying, it's a likely chance that you're going to meet your maker. Get the fuck out of my face, you piece of garbage ass piece of shit that y'all be on. For real, we see CNN polls, you know what I'm saying? CNN lying ass news polls, you know what I'm saying? Most voters think that the even Democrats have a better chance to keep the White House than they get rid of. If they, I guess he's trying to say if they keep a better chance of keeping the White House if Joe Biden isn't the nominee. You know what I'm saying? No. Keep him the nominee. Keep him the nominee. Y'all like to chump up your so-called Baphometical Luciferian blood-sucking talking about some demon Democrat democracy bullshit. You added an N and an F to the word democracy, you come up with demon craft. You know what I'm saying? And all the bullshit. And one of you name it, you're forced in the name demon mockery. You know what I'm saying? On democracy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. DEMO, and all of them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you trying to say, you know what I'm saying, that he wouldn't be bad. You know, keep him right there. He ain't here part of your shitty ass garbage in the first place, so it don't make no fucking difference which one of y'all clown bitches is up there. You all full of shit. You know what I'm saying? After top ruling, some Oregon demon Democrats joined Republicans in calling. They're calling. I wonder what they're calling for. Let's see. Let's see. We just running through the news today, see what's going on with these clown ways, because we know what our people should be more bright about now and be able to analyze what really took place in your government and many other things. You know what I'm saying? We see we're here the top court ruling in Oregon, the demon craft Democrats, you know what I'm saying, with DEMOCRATS and the N and the F, you get demon craft, join the Republicans in calling, you know what I'm saying, for a camping law change. Oh, yes, you should be calling for more than that in all ways. When the U.S. Supreme Court ruled last week that that cited or free to outlaw homeless encampment, Republicans in Oregon wasted no time, you know what I'm saying, no time calling for changes to the state laws they say is hamstringing local governments from from cleaning camps. Yeah, okay, cleaning camps for where? You know what I'm saying? Even if the demon Democrats is talking about joining the Republicans to clean camp, what are you going to do about the slaughter of the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip? Is what we're asking. While you busy talking about these different things and rushing to do this and rushing to do that, you should be worrying about more about the hell and the fire in your vote when you vote for these clans and what they're doing across planet Earth. You see, you may be talking about government and this and that, but you're supporting the slaughter and the killing of millions of people. Same thing we see in many other countries with their rulers. You know what I'm saying? They make these laws and tell the people they have to do this and they have to do that. You know what I'm saying? But these are the same people who lived in that country for many years and their parents probably served them and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? What we see here where somebody's trying to say, I never thought I'd argue for I guess it's called a manment, but a looming Trump presidency and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Looming presidency, Trump's, I guess he said, but a looming Trump's presidency changes everything. You know what I'm saying? Coming in like George Monbiot or whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying here in the piece that he's writing, I guess coming off the Guardian, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same guy, same nutcase, you know what I'm saying? Some soon after labor from a government, it will find itself in a new world. It now seems likely that Donald Trump will win the presidency of the United States. If he does, this should bring the end of our abiding fantasies about a special relationship. It was always it was always an illusion after, you know what I'm saying, the astonishing heroic intervention of the US in the Second World War. They shouldn't have been in the Second World War at all, you asshole. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear that bullshit you talking. We don't want to hear that bullshit. He up here word playing and shit. He up here word playing and trying to convince the American people into believing that, Donald Trump is the boogeyman and he's coming to get your kids like Krampus. You know what I'm saying? Even progressive states like New York and even today, you know, slavery is stylish. No, it is not, and it shouldn't even be spoke of, and it should be removed from our world altogether. Altogether. You know what I mean? So while people are sitting up here talking all this bullshit and all this nonsense, you know what I'm saying, we should be looking forward to replenishing and building our country into a new way, you know what I'm saying, that would not be ricocheted off the old way, but at the same time be looming a brighter future for the children and our grandkids and our children and children of children that would come forward. You know what I'm saying? They are trying everything in the medical field, the government and everything, and they have been doing this for years. This is why black people have to wake up in their democratic shitty mind and move forward into a new light. You should be putting forward a better candidate and a more stronger candidate, the president, who's going to do for your country and for you what needs to be done. Not sending every bit of your dollars over to every single war, every single criminal, and every single body else has been getting billions and billions of your taxpayers. They've been paying criminals off with taxpayer dollars in foreign countries. I mean, they who have done criminal shit, and they end up having the most money coming out of our pocket, saying, in their pocket. Billions and billions of dollars, but yet still over here telling you over and over again, they have no money for this, they have no money for that. They're gonna cut Social Security because it's about to go broke, and it's about to do this. But you got money to send to a group of people that invaded the land, that came out of went into Germany and probably did some bullshit there as well. And eventually shit happens with Hitler and all of this, and then after all that is done and said, you said you have to create a homeland for your Zionistical cult that you created and group, and then you want to push them into Africa. I don't understand why you didn't push them somewhere in Europe. You want to push them into Africa along with the Arabs, the Ottoman Turks, and every other criminal across the fucking planet that you call the earth and the globe that we live on, coming out of the Caucasus, the Siberian mountains and the Barbarian, all into Africa. Rather than getting along, you decide that you want to take over the world completely in itself. And that goes for many other groups of nations that are nuclear power nations as well. They're creating all types of inventions in order to fuck with people's minds and doing all types of shit, talking about neural plants and all types of shit like Alan crazy ass Musk come in this country and building and shit like that, which to me is, like I said, are no more than a Chinese undercover knockoff, saying clown, if you ask me. And while he comes over here, he becomes the richest man in this country, while everybody else is sucking us our land, he's sitting on top of the world, all coming out of Silicon Valley and all the schemes and the bullshit that been going on over there, ripping people off. And then when you look at even the medical field, you see the same thing. But you could send billions and billions and billions of dollars to all these different wars. And every time a demon Democrat take office, you could bet your bottom dollar that billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of your money is going to go to some shitty ass war that they chumped up, scheme, psychological, reverse psychology, and do everything and even blow up the World Trade Center in order to get the money and the funding they need to go into Afghanistan and these different countries and topple leaders and murder leaders, because that's what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? When the Congress and them don't want to give them the money, the Republicans are rejecting to give them the money. They find some type of magical scheme, such as blowing up the World Trade Center and the third building next to it, and then even blowing up the records that's in the Pentagon so nobody could read those records and say that something hit it when you blew up the Pentagon. No no plane ever hit the Pentagon, you blew up the Pentagon. You know what I'm saying? And many people should be asking, you know what I'm saying, where's the Boeing 747 titanium engine that was never shown, you know what I'm saying, as when the crash took place? There still should have been a Boeing 747 titanium engine. How could that possibly burn up just in a fire when it's one of the most hardest steel on planet Earth? You know what I'm saying? So many of things that they have done in order to scheme up Congress and the people to agree that they should get the money, and then when they figure they get in favor of the people, then you snatch all the money and send over billions and billions of dollars to many theoretical 34, 50 nations, while the American people over here sucking a sour lime, and then on top of sucking a sour lime, got to take the punch and the jab and the kicks and the box from these crooked motherfucking leaders, and then supposed to say nothing about it while they bust you in the mouth, you know, and then jam you with some juice, and then tell you it is life-saving in all ways. You know what I'm saying? We must start to wake up past a lot of the garbage, because much of it is not confusional or chaotic. It's just the fact that you're following and you're a follower and you're following it. So therefore, if you're not looking from a logical perspective, what do you expect your mind to be like when you get caught up in these situations? It doesn't matter how long it takes, what it takes. Eventually, if you're serving and following, you will find yourself in that bottom of that barrel. And when the time comes and you served as hard as you can and as long as you want, one day that's going to turn back to where they're going to come after you next. This is Point Black saying, farewell. The immunity is on. Stay tight, stay right, because the immunity was the right decision. And this goes out to Ocasio-Cortez, nutcase, jackass. Get the fuck off the Supreme Court, back, let them do their job, and shut the fuck up. It'll help. It really will. This ain't no tough guy talk. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure a lot of people could whoop my ass up and down the eastern seaboard. But I don't give a shit. I still consider the same thing. They probably gonna blow your brains out. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how they like being shooters and shoot everybody. They might even blow my brains out. But it's still, guess what? It's still, the thoughts is not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So the Ocasio-Cortez need to get over the Justice Supreme Court back, shut the fuck up, and let the Constitution stand. Don't come in our country and try to tear up our Constitution by creating a fake-ass bunch of bullshit across the land while you sit up there with your loud mouth globber ass and talk bullshit. So this is Point Blank saying farewell. One, we will meet again.